The topic we chose for our survey was seasonal habits, and these are our data sets. But before we get into the serious stuff, want to hear a little bit about us?
Can I just talk about how lucky I am to end up with her as a friend? Get ready to meet the human embodiment of pure awesomeness. Aradna is pretty talented and book smart. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but she's the reality version of young Sheldon, an amazing singer and dancer, and absolute creative genius. But that's just the good stuff. Want to hear the bad stuff?
Whoa, okay, stop right there. We don't need to go any further than that. I'm so blessed to have an incredible friend like you. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the most extraordinary human being I've had the pleasure of befriending. Get ready to witness a whirlwind of funniness, laughter, and quirky and questionable fashion choices. She's very athletic and street smart. She is the reigning champion of comedic brilliance and my partner in crime. Now, that's just the bright side of her. Want to hear the dark side?
Hey, I think we're falling off topic here. As you guys know, for this course in public speaking, we're creating a survey to collect data, and we chose seasonal habits as our topic. We chose this topic because we thought that season choices were a wide topic and that everyone could relate to it.
But in reality, we struggled to find questions and found ourselves regretting our choices. But eventually, we figured things out and brainstormed our questions.
Of course, it was hard work, but we had some help.
The process?
I would say that it wasn't exactly hard, but it took a lot of effort.
I definitely agree. We worked day and night for this survey to come alive. I remember splitting the work and managing our school and other activities.
This project definitely made me glad that I lived in the period when Google existed.
After we finished our survey, we set a goal. We decided that we would each send the survey to at least 100 people.
We definitely achieved our goal of sending it out. The number of responses was not what we expected because we got about 159 responses.
To be honest, our parents did most of the work sending the survey out.
We did most of the actual work though.
Yeah, true. We were pretty happy with the results we got because the responses seemed pretty reasonable.
Our responses were later converted into pivot charts using Google Sheets.
We made charts with the most general information from the data we got from our survey.
Before we launched our survey, we expected that most people would choose summer as their favorite season. But after looking at this particular chart, we got to know that the only age group that chose summer as their favorite season was the 5 to 13 age group.
This makes sense because the most active age group would be the young age group because they tend to spend more time outdoors.
Definitely, and as you can see here, the favorite season regarding age group is spring.
This chart is about the comparison of gender and favorite season. As we can see, more than half the people who took our survey were females. These results were pretty much what we expected, but the only thing that was surprising was that most females chose spring as their favorite season over summer. Some also chose winter over fall.
This chart is basically just a comparison between the least favorite season and the age group. The most surprising thing to me was that the 5 to 13 age group, 11 people wanted to eliminate winter and 10 people wanted to eliminate spring. That's a really small difference.
Yeah. The next chart up on the screen is a comparison of least favorite season and gender. It looks like both genders really don't like winter, but the surprising thing about the males was that an equal number wanted to eliminate spring and summer.
This chart shows us what people think is the best part of spring. This chart is not a comparison chart. It shows us that people like cherry blossoms during spring.
This chart is not the comparison of two topics too. It is just one topic that is trying to be conveyed. To be honest, I was expecting a higher number of people who would choose Halloween as their favorite part of fall. We got the least number of votes.
This chart shows what people think is the best part of winter. I'm actually pretty surprised with the results. An equal number of people like vacations and cold weather. In my opinion, the weather is the least favorite part of winter.
The next chart is about what people think is the best part about summer. I was expecting most of the results we got. There wasn't much that was too interesting in my opinion. I think Summer Festival should have got a lot more votes though.
This chart is about the worst part of spring. As expected, people got allergies with. As expected, people got the worst part of spring was the allergies. I agree with the 52% that chose allergies.
This chart is what people think is the worst part about fall. I was not thinking most people would think that fall is a perfect season. I was actually expecting a lot more votes for allergies.
This chart definitely surprised me. I never actually thought that bugs were a problem, but I guess for the people who spend a lot of time outdoors, they face this.
This chart is about what people think is the worst part of winter. Okay, for me, this is probably the most surprising chart we've talked about so far because most people think winter is a perfect season. In my opinion, I don't think so.
Most people enjoy the weather during summer, but some find it too extreme or uncomfortable.
Most people enjoy the weather during winter, but some people find the weather too cold that they only appreciate winter for its snow.
The majority of people find winter as a perfect season. I agree with you guys. Winter is definitely pleasant and soothing.
A lot of people seem to really love the weather in spring because most people voted that they either love or enjoy spring. This chart is about what people hate doing in their least favorite season. These results were actually predictable and understandable because nobody likes going out to shovel snow off their driveways when it's freezing outside.
As you can see, the most boring season is winter. Without a doubt, I agree. During winter, most outdoor activities aren't allowed, and the cold weather makes a lot of people depressed. The science behind this theory is that staying indoors for a long period of time without social interaction can generate bad moods, ultimately leading to depression.
This chart is about how people's moods are during their least favorite season. I don't think we sent the right message to the audience when we did this because most people said that they are really peaceful during their least favorite season, which kind of makes no sense.
We definitely learned that we should be more straightforward with questions like these. I actually find this chart funny. I expected most people to choose that they were forced to take this survey, but I'm glad that they decided to be nice to us.
And that brings us to the end of our charts.
This survey definitely taught us many lessons like responsibility and curiosity.
The process of making the survey was definitely enjoyable.
For sure, it was hard work, but we had a lot of fun.
I know you guys are going to miss us now, but this brings us to the end.
Thank you for taking the time to be here and being a part of our survey.
Thank you, girls. That was very well done. When you first chose this topic, I was really worried. I have told you multiple times. This was, amongst all the 4 topics, this was the topic that's most mature, right? It's for people who our age would choose, like in terms of trying to collect data on topics that are more research oriented rather than much more simpler and easy to understand for your age group. But I think you have done an amazing job in terms of coming with all those wonderful questions and working all the way. I know all the struggles that you went through in terms of questions and answers and stuff, but glad it all worked out. Couple of things. I don't think all of your weekends and sleepovers were focused on surveys. I remember all the movies and I also accuse you of age discrimination. I saw the slide number 1 which said 40 plus fully aged. Let me tell you one thing, 40 is where life starts. Okay? For first 20, you are being controlled by your parents, your school, everything. For the second 20, you are trying to figure out life on your own, earning money, setting up a family, buying a house, everything. 40 is where you really start thinking what to do with your life. What can you do?
When you get really old and you really can't do anything.
First 20 we were controlled by parents. 20 to 30 we controlled by
You're controlled by economics. You want to do so many things, but you don't end up have money doing it.
After 30 we controlled by our mind.
Then at 40, maybe 45, start thinking about what to do with all that you have earned. Right? That's when you have freedom.
When you have freedom, you don't have the exact physics to do it. So I would
That's
say.
previous generation. We will manage that. We don't have to worry about it. We're all waiting for send all of you to college and then figure out what we want to do.
By
with the rest of our
then you'll
lives.
be really old.
No. So I'm glad that you at least managed to have 55 plus in there. After 55 plus, there are multiple divisions. 60,
No, the only
65,
person
70.
who chose 55 plus was my grandpa. Literally the only person.
All right. Great job, guys. Now we are on to the final theme here.